So, today is not really a planned message. It's more like a necessary one. So, I'm gonna start off by saying that yesterday was the day that we celebrate Dr. King's birthday. I think it is the second Monday in the new year. Although he was born January the 15th, it doesn't always fall on Monday, so we just celebrate when it fall on the calendar. It's funny, but it's not funny because you have to. It's a little bit of things that you have to know about everything, if that makes sense. So, there was opportunities to volunteer, and so I said, well, Dr. King want me to volunteer to work for free on his birthday? Because I'm supposed to treat his birthday like I would treat my birthday. So I stayed home and worked for me, like I do all the time. So I was like, I'm going to make today count. I'm going to do some things that I had been saying I was going to get done, I didn't do. So I was going to make yesterday count. Funny thing about plans is that when I plan to go this way, it never fucking works like that. So it goes a whole different other way altogether. So I decided that I was going to listen to 19 Keys and do some educational podcasts and soak up some good information, because I went to the library on last week and I walked around the library and I picked up books and I was like, I don't want to read. I don't want to read. I just want information just poured into me. I don't want to have to read. And that was shocking to my inner child, to me, because I'm a reader, I'm a writer. I'm always doing one or the other. And so I was like, well, where did that laziness come from? Where did that microwavable, I wanted, because that's not the generation that I was born into. I was born into the generation of make that shit happen. So a lot of times it requires you to educate yourself, go against the norm a little bit. So I was listening to 19 Keys, and it was talking about women not being in their soft era. And we keep hearing that we're not masculine, we're not masculine. And for us that's living the shit, we looking like, what other choice do we fucking have? Like, we don't have a knight in shining armor waiting on the other side of hell, because that's what it feels like. And everybody always says it's always hell before your breakthrough. Stop saying that. But I'm listening, and I'm thinking all the things that's in the soft era I was doing in my masculine era. So the shit was probably, canceling each other out. But before 19 Keys, and it's crazy because I guess it's a spiritual thing that led me to Isis, like the goddess Isis, ancient Egyptian goddess Isis. And I've heard of it. I am the mother who has had to invent Cleopatra and the Nefertiti and help with a project. So I had done a small amount of research on the most popular ones, but this one was dropped too many times to just be a coincidence. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me look it up, because with anything you give somebody, We're supposed to do our own research. I don't believe that anything that I do is done on a whim. I have to research it, and I have to ingest it in multiple different avenues. But it has to be something that logically makes sense to me, because I don't chase trend. And everybody was talking about Megan and the Queen, and they want to watch The Crown, and I'm like, I can't get into that. I don't relate. I can't relate. Nobody will ever mistake me for anything other than a black woman. So I can't relate. But I was like, let me see what ISIS is about. So I'm ingesting it. And the more I'm reading and researching about her, I'm thinking, damn. So, brief synopsis of who Isis is, my interpretation of who she is. They call her the mother of mothers. She is the mother of magic. She's the mother of medicine. She is a shapeshifter, master shapeshifter. She is like the mother of childbearing. She is top dog. Like she had the power to bring her husband back to life, which some of them are conflicting, but says like twice. Twice. So that's heavy. And in doing the research, she brought him back through her determination, her prayers, her faith. Like that's heavy. Can you imagine carrying something like that, having to be able to do that? And to ingest all this on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday was almost like, so Dr. King was who we celebrated yesterday for his birthday. And the queen that stood beside him made it all possible. Because she not only held him down, she held him up. And you could see that in so many ways, but being a black woman is how I recognize it. Being a black woman and loving a man through a heavy point in his life. And it's funny, I just heard last month that Dr. King applied for a preaching position in Chattanooga, and they said he was too young, and then he left and went to Alabama. This valley is cursed, but that's neither here nor there. Can you imagine having kids with a man? And this is back in the day when we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have internet. Baby, you had I couldn't even imagine being a kid during the 60s and the 70s. And I guess because I'm the best of both worlds, I know what it's like to not have a cell phone, then to have a cell phone, to not be able to track, too much privacy. Not, like I get that. But you're not only afraid for your husband's life, that he puts his life on the line for the betterment of people that he's never met. And here you are holding it down at home, trying to figure out is this what I signed up for? I didn't get in this marriage to be, it's times where you question your gifts, you question your purpose, you question your path. And I can only imagine as a kid, as a girl, I seen on one of his daughter's pages where she had posted this thing of them out of town on her father's 94th birthday, so it would have been 94. And I don't know what it's like to miss out, to have a dad not be there, to know he's doing good, but know you want him at home with you, to know he's safe. And I know what it's like not to have that. But the legacy, the things that Dr. King was doing then, he understood was for his children's children. Like, he understood his assignments. And I believe that Mrs. Coretta Scott King fulfilled her assignment, being able to hold him down, because even in the darkest of the dark, we don't never see her devalued. Like, we don't ever see her coming out of pocket. We don't ever see her somewhere tripping. Like, it's always the memory that I have of her is poised and beautiful and flawless. Like, one of them women that you definitely know, thank God I don't look like what I'm going through, because you had to understand that every time he left, she probably didn't rest until he came back, but she still had to be a mom and still had to hold it down. And I think that's like ISIS to me. It is one of those, they even compare ISIS to Aphrodite, Demeter, and the Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus. So I got deep into it, like real deep into it. And if you are like me, I Googled it, I watched videos. I had the kids watching videos, and I asked them, I was like, well, why didn't you do ISIS when you got it? And they was like, well, the option was not available to do ISIS. And then I was like, well, why haven't I? Because I never could, like I did, like, Princess Diana and the things that I feel like she's doing. And I'm not saying I dislike Megan. It's just that when you can't relate, you just can't relate. Ain't no need of forcing that shit. You just can't relate. And when I can relate to ISIS and in some of the ways where you the mother, the things that she did as a mother, I can relate to myself. So I'm so interested to see how far this goes. Like, how much more have I, because I did all the research, I watched all the videos. You can even go to TikTok, damn it, and put ISIS deity in there. You can put ISIS ancient Egyptian god. Like, you can put it in there, you can learn. A lot of it's repeating. So I figured, and I could be wrong, but that's why I'm gonna go to the library and get some books, the same books that I say I didn't have time to read. I've been doing research. And it's just, I guess, the way that I would have been taking information in from a book. Like, I'm reading about her, but I'm watching videos, and I'm learning more, but it's not like reading. So I don't know what the disconnect is for the brain, but I'm going to go deeper and deeper into it, because it's so interesting to see that some of that has repeated, like how they connected, and some of what's going on now is like deja vu almost. I think is the word that I want to say. I don't know, but um, if you didn't do anything constructive on Dr. Martin Luther King's Day, then I suggest you take your ass to work on President's Day. You don't get President's Day and Dr. King. We didn't learn nothing, and the only president you know is Barack. So y'all work overtime on President's Day. Everybody shouldn't get that day. However, I'll be working.